My name is Ryan. I'm located in Charleston, South Carolina, and I have been matched with my little Aaron for 3 years. What inspired me to get involved with Big Brother, Big Sister of the Low Country was that my heart for giving, first of all, but then to have the opportunity to give in a way that has an impact on the next generation in a very one-on-one form and direct line of communication, to where I felt like it wasn't just going into this big bucket of giving where I don't really get to often see the impact, but that it was going specifically into a life that probably needed it more than just a large group or sector of people in the community. I also was inspired to join the organization because of the mentors in my own life who were staples and helping me become the man I am today and teaching me the values that are important, who were outside of my own parents. Sometimes I think when we're growing up, our parents can try to teach us things and tell us things that don't come across the same way as someone else. And that was my story. And I wanted to give that back to someone else in the community who maybe was needing a leader or mentor in their life and had a lot to gain from it. Whenever he applied for his first job, and he was really excited. He had filled out the application on his own. He scored the interview, but really had no idea what was going to happen next after that. So I was able to do some interview role play with him, took him to get a haircut and prepare him with his appearance. And we did a lot of homework on the company that he was interviewing for. And so the day of his interview, I got to actually sit outside the room where he was interviewing at. And one of the things we had went over during that interview role play was I told him, I said, you should have some questions for them at the end of the interview. I said, I don't think they'll expect that. It lets them know that you want the position, you want the job. And so I gave him a specific set of questions at the end of his interview. So I was listening and he was nailing the interview. I was outside the room and they said, do you have any questions for us? And he said, allow me a moment to think about that. And then he asked them the questions we had rehearsed, and they were very impressed. And I could sense a moment in his confidence level as soon as he came out of that room because of the preparation we had done together, and that he felt comfortable going into the interview. And one of his buddies from school was actually sitting outside the room when he came out to interview as well. And he was just like, what's up? And I just saw this light in his eyes I hadn't seen before of confidence, especially among a peer, that reminded me of why it's important to show up and to give him this exposure to things he probably wouldn't have exposure to without the mentorship or the confidence. And that was a great reminder for me to keep showing up and to keep making the effort, to keep checking in, because it matters. We were about a year into our match, and my little unexpectedly lost a family member. And I got that call in the middle of my day, and he obviously was very upset and was trying to navigate through his emotions. This is the first time he unfortunately had experienced something like this, with a loss in the family or a loss in his life at all. And through his tears, I was able to listen and comfort him and let him know it was going to be okay. And I was able to hear in his voice his comfort level of him feeling safe and him feeling comforted, and that he had a safe place of someone he could go to talk to about these new emotions he was trying to navigate through. He's the only child at home, so it's not like he had brothers and sisters that he could lean on together through those emotions that he was going through. And I was there for him through that entire process that year, and it definitely bonded us, me even with his whole family, going through that with them together. And I'm still able to check in with him now, just how are you doing, especially during the holidays, checking in with him, making sure he's not feeling upset and holding anything in, and that he's navigating through that journey in a healthy way. So it just reminded me that showing up for him matters so much for these big moments like this. You know, when you make an impact, you don't always get to see it until the moments that matter like this, when it comes full circle and it makes it worth it all. One of the biggest things I get from being a big is that it really does center me after I get together with my little, and even causes me to slow down myself. You know, we'll go fishing together and have some conversations as a little and a big, and as his mentor, that really just recenter me of what's important in life, and that it's easy to get distracted by all the noise that's happening in the world on a day-to-day basis. And there's just something about being a mentor that just really brings it all back to what really matters. And I've now started to even just look forward to those outings as we schedule them and as I'm planning them, and hearing my little refer back to memories we've made together, or things I've said that I don't even remember I've said to him later on, where I realize he is listening and watching everything I'm saying and doing. And it makes it worth it all, worth all my time, all the investment, all my energy. And I wouldn't trade those moments for anything.